Hello, class. Happy Wednesday or Thursday virtual day. I hope that your day so far is going well. We're looking forward to seeing you back in class in person soon. Today is pretty simple for you, at least in this class. So, we're just going to go over the state judicial branch. So, in person, either yesterday or tomorrow, we'll be going over the federal judicial branch. Today, we'll be looking at state. They're kind of similar, but there's some differences. So, let's take a look. So, similar to the federal judicial government, there's three tiers. For states, there's trial courts, which is the lowest tier. You have the appellate courts, which are the middle tier, and then the state supreme courts, which are the Mac Daddy of courts in the states. Do you guys say Mac Daddy anymore? I don't know if that's even a thing. Anyway, trial courts. Okay, so trial courts are also known as district courts. You might have heard them as circuit courts, and in some states, they're called courts of common pleas. They have general jurisdiction over criminal and civil matters. So, kind of the first court you go to when something happens. They're the court of record. So, they're the courts that keep the exact amount of what goes on at trial. So, they record the transcripts, evidence statements, determine court officials, and judgment of the court. They also review decisions of more specialized jurisdictions, courts like small claim court, family law court, probate. If there's a dispute between landlord and tenant, they'll look at those. And if need be, they will start a new trial in the trial courts. The next level is the state appellate court. So they're the ones that are next. So they typically review the appeals of the trial courts. So if something happens and the attorneys want to appeal, they'll go to the state appellate court. Unlike the federal government or the federal courts, they can hear oral arguments um, if necessary. They review the trial court to make sure the correct law was used to conduct the case. And very similar to the federal court, they can do one of four things. So they can affirm the decision of the trial court, which means they uphold it. They can reverse it altogether, which means they overturn it. Amend, which means they can change what went on, or remand, which means they just send it back to the trial court for a new case or a new session. Reviews are done at the appellate level by a panel of judges. Then you have the state supreme court. So they decide the most vital and complex legal issues. Um, the judges, like the federal courts, are called justices. In every state, there's at least a three-judge panel. In Indiana, we have five judges, and their decisions are final unless it conflicts with the Constitution or other federal laws. So, if it's a constitutional law decided in the state, there is a right to appeal it over to the federal court. Then we have a few courts that have special jurisdiction. So one of those are the county courts, also known as associate circuit courts. Um, these can appeal, like we just discussed, to the trial court. So if something happens, the next level will be trial court and then appellate court and then so on. Um, County courts hear final criminal cases. They deal with state traffic offenses. And then they also can determine lawsuits of smaller amounts, which are 25,000 or less. And next, you have the municipal courts. Um, these are divided into two categories, typically traffic and non-traffic. They handle less serious violations. Like the county courts, they will appeal to trial courts if needed be. The municipal courts do not handle criminal cases. We also have small claim court. So small claims are disputes of very small amounts. And with small claim courts, there's no jury, there's no attorneys. It varies by state, but in Indiana, is for 6,000 or less gets put in small claim court. And again, they can appeal to trial courts if needed. Then you guys have your courts. So if you guys get in trouble for minor offenses, you'll be going to juvenile court. So they involve minors 13 to 18. You guys are entitled to the full constitutional rights, including an attorney. Um, these core or these cases are typically not do not become public knowledge. And when you're 18, you can register to expunge your case unless it's a felony or a Class A misdemeanor. And the goal for juvenile judges and courts are really rehabilitation. So it's to make sure that the kids who are going through the court system get the help they need. Finally, you have the probate courts, which deal with will and estate matters. And those, ladies and gentlemen, are your state courts. So go ahead and finish the assignment for today. It's just, I think, 3 critical thinking things. Make sure to put some thought in them. Make sure to make them at least a paragraph. I have noticed in all my classes that grammar and spelling and punctuation aren't a thing anymore. I am not sure what's up with that, but in my classes, they're going to be. So make sure you use right punctuation, make sure you use grammar, make sure you use complete sentences, and we'll get this graded for you over the weekend. Really enjoyed you guys this week. We will see each other soon.